your toothbrush's wild history, ancient animal secrets. Hold on to your molars, folks. You probably think your sleek, modern toothbrush is a pretty recent invention, right? Like maybe your grandparents used one? Think again. What if I told you its ancient ancestors were being used thousands of years before the pyramids even touched the sky? And what if I told you the story involves some seriously wild ingredients and even animal parts? Get ready, because the history of your toothbrush is weirder, wilder, and way more fascinating than you ever imagined. Welcome to FactSpark. We're about to take a deep dive into humanity's surprisingly bizarre quest for a sparkling smile. From ancient twigs chewed by our ancestors to bristles made from surprising animal hair and even some truly questionable toothpastes, it's been a long, strange trip. We're talking about a journey filled with ingenious hacks, hilarious trial and error, and some facts that might just make you say, "Ew, really?" But don't worry, it's all in good fun, and we're going to unearth every surprising, slightly gross, and totally awesome detail. Let's dig into the ancient secrets of oral hygiene. Our story begins way back, around 3500 to 3000 BCE, with the Babylonians and Egyptians. Forget fancy plastic and nylon. Their toothbrushes were literally just twigs. They called them chew sticks. Imagine finding a thin branch or root, chewing on one end until the fibers frayed, and then using that brushy tip to clean your teeth. Sometimes they even picked out food with the other end. Talk about multitasking. Now, if you're an animal lover, you might be thinking, hey, that sounds a bit like how some animals naturally clean their teeth. And you'd be right. It's a primal instinct. What's even wilder is that these chew sticks, especially a version called miswak, are still used today in parts of Africa, the rural southern US, and certain Islamic communities. So your ancient ancestors might have had more in common with a beaver gnawing on a branch than you thought. But it wasn't just sticks. Early humans got super creative with other natural tools. We're talking toothpicks made from bone, wood, even porcupine quills or vulture feathers. One Roman dude even suggested that picking your teeth with a vulture's quill would sour your breath, while a porcupine's quill would make your teeth firm. I don't know about you, but I'm sticking to dental floss. Now, if you thought the chew sticks were wild, wait until you hear about ancient toothpaste. Here's a mind blower. Toothpaste actually existed before the bristled toothbrush. Egyptians were whipping up pastes around 5000 BCE. And the ingredients? Oh boy, get ready for this. Ancient toothpastes included things like crushed ox hooves ash, burnt eggshells, pumice stone, crushed bones, oyster shells, charcoal, and even brick dust or soot. Yes, you heard that right, ox hooves. For flavor or to bind it all together, they'd add vinegar, wine, or honey. The Romans even used human urine and goat milk to whiten their teeth. Talk about a natural, albeit very pungent whitener. The goal was the same as today: whiten teeth, freshen breath, and clean gums. But imagine brushing with that. And then there was the toothworm theory. For centuries, people believed that toothaches and cavities were caused by tiny worms burrowing into your teeth. To exorcise these mythical creatures, they tried everything from herbal poultices to smoking them out with incense. Some even boiled earthworms in oil and dripped it into their ears for toothache relief. Seriously, the things people believed. Fast forward to the 15th and 16th centuries, and China makes a game-changing invention, the first bristled toothbrush. These weren't soft, gentle bristles like today. Oh no, they used the stiff, coarse hair from northern wild boars. Ouch. While effective, they probably took a bit of enamel with them. When these brushes made their way to Europe in the 17th century, Europeans, perhaps valuing their enamel a bit more, swapped out the boar bristles for softer horsehair. Some even tried feathers. Can you imagine a feather toothbrush? Probably not the most effective. Then comes William Addis in 1780, an English prisoner who, while locked up for causing a riot, had a brilliant idea. He drilled holes in an animal bone, maybe from his dinner or a rat, depending on the story, and tied in tufts of pig hair. After his release, he started Wisdom Toothbrushes, a company that's still around today, making millions of brushes a year. Talk about a glow-up from prison to prosperity. The real game changer for modern toothbrushes came in 1938 with DuPont's invention of nylon. Nylon bristles were cheaper, cleaner, animal hair held bacteria, and could be made in various textures. Finally, a hygienic, effective brush. And fun fact, daily brushing only became widespread in the US after 1945, when soldiers returning from World War II brought their disciplined hygiene habits home. So, thank a veteran for your pearly whites. But the story of dental hygiene isn't just about brushes and pastes. It's full of other wild facts, especially when you look at our connection to animals. Did you know the Etruscans, way back in 700 BCE, were pioneers in dental prosthetics? They made gold crowns and even used animal teeth to replace lost human ones. And speaking of famous teeth, George Washington's dentures weren't made of wood, as the myth goes. They were a mix of human teeth, cow teeth, ivory, and metal. So yes, even the father of the US had some animal parts in his mouth. For our animal-loving audience, here's a truly fascinating tidbit. The earliest evidence of animal dentistry dates back to 1150 BCE in Mongolia, where ancient horsemen were performing dental care on horses. This was crucial for riding and warfare, showing how deeply intertwined human and animal health have always been. Early Chinese and Islamic texts even describe methods for aging horses by their teeth and filing down sharp points in their mouths. And for more bizarre cures, people in the Middle Ages thought boiling dog teeth in wine made a great mouth rinse to prevent decay. Or if you had loose teeth, you might try tying a frog to your jaw. Yeah, I'm glad we have modern dentists. So the next time you pick up your toothbrush, remember, you're not just cleaning your teeth. You're participating in a truly ancient, sometimes gross, and absolutely wild human tradition. From chew sticks and ox hooves to boar bristles and horsehair, our journey to a healthy smile has been quite the adventure. What was the most surprising or E-worthy fact you learned today? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this deep dive into dental history fascinating, hit that like button, subscribe for more wild facts about animals, nature, and human history, and share this video with someone who needs to know the shocking truth about their toothbrush. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.